Mark Jackson getting a brief rest. Best playing the point. Ward on him. Miller lets it go and misses it. One of the all-time classic catch-and-shoot guys, Reggie Miller. Ward to the baseline. Cummings is open. And the veteran misfires. When the ball is in Reggie Miller's hands very often before a shot, he has it about as long as a good second baseman on a double play pivot. Boom, it's gone.
You have to stay close to Reggie Miller. That time John Starks did a really good job in forcing him off the screen and chasing him down and making him take a tough fall-away shot.
Jalen Rose hits a tough shot of his own.
That's the matchup that Don Chaney told me that they were very concerned about. They couldn't match up with Jalen because he can take you inside, he can take you outside, and they're having problems with him now.
A steal with 5 seconds on the clock. Pacers will get off the final shot, but Starks breaks it up before Miller can latch onto it. So the Pacers settle for an 11-point lead at the quarter. Indiana 26, New York 15, and you're watching the NBA on NBC. Here at the Garden, maybe more than the usual quota of notables. Billy Crystal, who did such a wonderful job as always at the Academy Awards, maybe the greatest hockey player of all time, the great one, Wayne Gretzky. Matthew Modine is here. Frequently see him at Madison Square Garden. And Woody Allen, who doesn't miss a regular season game against the Grizzlies, certainly isn't going to miss a playoff game against the Pacers. And Spike is here, spiking the story that he was the guy who sent 4 black roses to Reggie Miller before the game. The card was signed Spike Lee, but Spike says, no, it was a hoax. I didn't have anything to do with it. Chris Childs in the game for the first time as we start the second period. Rose to the foul line for the jumper, and the high arcer doesn't get the roll. Back comes New York. Chris Childs. Fade away off the glass, no. The patience of the Garden fans when it comes to Chris Childs has been worn thin. He had some crucial turnovers down the stretch in the fourth quarter of Game 2 and generally has not played well of late. Baseline jumper, Antonio Davis across the rim, no good, taken by Starks. Larry Johnson turns, fires, a whistle from Hugh Hollins. An illegal defense against Indiana, and that will be their second.
Isaiah, with Patrick Ewing out of the game right now, Larry Johnson is their low post player. He must establish himself, either create a double team, get in there, get a foul, shoot the basketball. He had about an 8-footer there that he did not want to pull the trigger on. They are not going to win this game if they stay out on the perimeter.
I think he was hesitant to pull the trigger because he hadn't touched the ball in so long.
Derek McKee is going to give it a try. And immediately they put him on Allen Houston. Off the inbound, Johnson is fouled. Could have been McKee. He and Dale Davis were both there. And it was McKee on the reach-in. The technical foul was taken by Houston because, of course, it was the second illegal defense call against the Pacers, and that results in a technical foul. This is just the first of 2 today on NBC. Coming up, the Jazz and the Spurs. Utah's ahead 2-0, but they had to go right to the last play each time at home to get that advantage on David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and company. Won it by a point in Game 1 and by 3 points in overtime in Game 2, so it's shaping up as a good series.
And had the last shot to win both games in regulation, so Tim Duncan has established himself in these playoffs as being a guy who you're going to talk about maybe an MVP in the next couple of seasons.
Johnson makes them both. Knicks within 8. But Antonio Davis is coming to the foul line.
New York just does not have an answer for the quickness of Travis Best. He's created all kinds of opportunities by being able to come off that high screen. He's hit the open shot, but he's found the open man. That time, Antonio Davis gets to the free throw line after the foul.
And can't hit the first one.
You see the free throw differential, plus 17 in game one, plus 9 in game two. I talked to Jeff Van Gundy about all the fouls. He said, Doug, my concern is we're committing foolish fouls early in quarters to put them in the penalty too quickly. We have to be smarter with our fouls.
Antonio Davis comes up empty. New York trying to cut into an 8-point deficit. Houston misses it. Cummings, though, gives them a fresh 24, and then he's fouled by McKee. That's 2 on Derek. Starks around a Johnson screen. Larry gets it back and puts it down.
That's what they got to do. They've got to go inside to Larry Johnson.
See, I think at the start of the game, as opposed to featuring Patrick Ewing, they should have tried to establish Larry Johnson in the low post to get him more involved in the game, because he'll get you to the free throw line.
Dale Davis can't connect. Out of bounds to the Pacers with 9:52 to play in the first half, and Indiana's lead trimmed to 6.
New York looking to get Larry Johnson involved. They do with a high screen roll. This man's got to show. Starks comes off. This guy too slow rotating, and Larry Johnson with a nice pass from Starks gets the ball inside and delivers with the finish off the glass. So Larry Johnson exerting himself here in the second quarter as New York has trimmed 5 points off the 11-point lead that the Pacers had at the end of the first quarter.
Johnson has had some good games this year against the Pacers, including game 2 of this series. After the timeout, it's Smits with the ball off the inbound.
Let's see how long now New York will be able to stay with this lineup. Terry Cummings on Rick Smith. Look for Indiana to go immediately to him in the post.
Rose shoots off balance and misses badly. Starks comes sprinting out of the pack. Accelerates on Rose. Throws it up on the run and hits it.
Jalen Rose had to honor the three-point look by John Starks. Starks pulled up at the 3, faked it, and drove right by him and was able to get to the baseline for the easy floater.
It's a 4-point game. And the Pacers throw it away. They were trying to get it to Smits in a post-up situation, but the pass was wide.
Terrible angle on that pass, Bob. You got to swing the ball to the wing and let him make the entry pass. No way that Antonio Davis can make that pass from that angle.
Childs around Best to the hole, lays it in. Suddenly the Pacers up by only 2. Best in trouble, gets rid of it to McKee. 5 seconds to shoot. Starks on Rose, beats the buzzer. He was fouled and the basket falls. Oh man, that's a tough pill to swallow for New York. They almost had them to the 24-second violation. Rose hits a nearly impossible shot and draws the foul, which not only means potentially 3 points, but it slows New York's building momentum. Rose ends a 9-0 New York run with the 3-point play.
And talking to Larry Bird, every time he talks about Jalen Rose, he smiles. He loves how competitive he is.
Starks got rid of it to Johnson. Great look.